Super Sausalito, geeked up dead space, rubbing on the titties like I just left first base. I be the lawyer and I try to be sure, can't break it down like the sand touched together in that glass vase. I'm rolling hard in the slap jamming that orchestra. Let her listen to the more just cause I'm feeling it like baby face. I don't know what these pills is doing to me, man. These juice is running through me, got me steadily trying to remain fake. Running together, extra hype beat while I'm switching lanes. Niggas popping magical ease like the pieces made of candy, man. Feels like the pump right through the X's beating every day. PlayStation 3 is on me.
8, 7,
6,
5, 4,
3,
2, 1. Let's go. Welcome back to the Durka podcast.
Hit it for me, man. Hit it for me. Yes, sir. Hit it for me, man.
We up in this Jones, man.
Hey, man. Hey. I want to thank everybody, man. We almost to our goal.
Man.
Where we at right now, man? What's the official count?
The official count is 41, y'all.
41.
Clap it up again.
One more time.
Gonna get it up after this show. It's gonna be past it after
We
this.
definitely gonna get it up after this. We got our boy on, man. We gonna think about some of that good shit.
Hey, go ahead and let them know where you from. Where you from, D?
I'm originally from Oklahoma City, born and raised, and now I am in Dallas, Texas. Been there for going on 7 years now.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. 7 years strong, straight up. Hey, tell me a little bit more about your background, though. You know what I'm saying? What's your specialty?
So what I do for a living, I'm a graphic designer, a web designer. I also do life insurance as well, and or sell life insurance, do life insurance, whatever. Like to teach people about those things, and then that's about it, pretty much.
Hey, man, go ahead and touch on. I know we doing a. Yeah, I know we're doing a show on, something totally different, but go ahead and tell the people about a little life insurance policies, you know what I'm saying, and especially why you guiding brothers like me in the right direction on, life insurance and what it means to get that.
Well, I think depending on the person, who you are, I think you're gonna pick what's best for you, what you want to pay for, how you want things to end. If you want to borrow against yourself, all those different things. So you got to pick the right plan for you. I always suggest, in my opinion, I say people need to get term and full, so it can cover all those bases, especially if you got children, stuff like that. So you're gonna lose a lot if you die early. You know what I'm saying? If you die before your kids are grown, they need that. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot to raise a child nowadays, so they're gonna need that. So that's why the term is really good. It's cheap, so you can get that, and then get your whole. That take you up to 99, and but it's just different things you can do, and it's definitely catered to you as a person.
Right. So, now what's the difference between the term and the whole? Break that down for everybody.
The term.
Of course, I know exactly what it is. But,
yeah.
But go ahead and break that down there for everybody that don't know.
Basically, the term is just like you pick a certain amount of years, and you pay a low amount to get a high amount. So, and if you like, so for instance, if you're 20 years old, you get this term, take you to 40, or usually we probably English, that's like 30. And you say, I want a 20-year term. That's term insurance. It's just for that term. You don't get any return on nothing or anything like that. You're just paying in. So in accident or whatever, if you die. Then the full life is you got lots of options with the full life. So you can get that, and that's just going to cover your whole life, and that's going to be a little bit more expensive. But that's why I say get both, so you can kind of cover both bases. So you do 20 years or whatever, your kids are grown by the end, and you can just don't have to worry about that. And then maybe you got like 50,000 or so in full to just bury you, so I ain't got to worry about that. But if you die at you got a 20-year term, you got it at 30, and you died at 38, your kids gonna need a lot more money.
Right.
So that's what the term.
And I've even went the extra mile, and I put it in the terms to where my babies ain't gonna get their money till they 30.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like they're gonna have to go through a little bit of life. A little bit of life lessons before you even get blessed after that 20-year term is over with. You know what I'm saying?
So you got to bump your head a little bit.
You got to bump your head a little bit. You're going to have to understand what you're doing with this money before you are blessed with this money.
Yeah.
Because, I know, at 18, you damn sure don't know what the hell the world's doing and how to prepare for the world. But around 30, you start to have a better understanding of like, man, if I had some cash, I could do something with something. You know, I could make something move.
Yeah. Spent all them years at the club, just spending all that
tricking
money.
It out.
Thousands.
That was our era, man, when they was talking, they ain't tricking if you got it, though. Huh? we almost followed the trend, man.
Yeah, so, and then something else that I want to touch on, man, and that's a lot of people are, you know, so dependent on these GoFundMe's and, you know, what can, you know, somebody do for me, you know, and they post it on they, you know, they live or whatever. Man, this way you don't have to depend on nobody. You can be paying on this term, and then if you know, an accident does occur, I mean, death is gonna come for everybody. Yeah. But you know, if it does come for you early, man, you don't have to put your family through the embarrassment of having to find a way to bury your ass, man. Yeah. You could be buried in peace. You know, your family's got some money put up. And man, to be honest with you, man, it's just a little easier to go through life like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the main things that I learned from Mr. Daryl Hilliard over here. So I just want to, you know, bless somebody else that might be looking, might be paying attention.
Need that info.
Go get that life insurance policy, man.
Yeah, most important bill, man.
Go get that life insurance policy, especially if you are young as shit. And
you know another thing, Nick, it can help with this police brutality thing. I posted a video the other day on TikTok, and it was a white man that said it, but it was true. Like if he said, you know what can stop the police from killing black people? He said if every black person got a life insurance policy. It's about 400,000, 500,000, right? So they ain't gonna try to they kill you. They got to pay out.
Yeah.
And so think about every black man get killed or something like that, they got to pay out a half a bill.
There you go.
A half a meal, whatever. However your life insurance policies, they got to pay that out every time. They're going to start using some rubber bullets. Let me think different. Because they're going to get taken to court and they got good lawyers with the insurance companies.
Yeah, you're going to start having the insurance companies going to war with these damn police.
And they're going to go be going to war for us. You know what I'm saying? So ain't going to be no more settlements with the county ain't giving you nothing and all that.
Yeah.
Nah, I want it all.
That's it.
So that's one thing right there. If you could just do that part, that's gonna change the game for us all. Period. Because you leaving with more than you came.
Yeah, I like that. You're
gonna leave more than you came. So
yeah, we just want to touch on a little bit of life insurance right there for y'all, man, so y'all can have some better knowledge, man, to move on throughout life, man. You know, you need that in your life.
Yeah.
But, you know, as always, we got to dedicate this shows.
That's it, man. R.I.P. Marky D.
Yeah, and to our fallen soldiers, man. We got loved ones that we have lost, man, and we definitely going to dedicate this all to them, man, you know. They making sure we moving on, you know, in our good energy, man. So shout out to them, man. But today's topic, man.
So what you touching on today, my brother?
Today's topic, man. Even though we started off with that, still had a little bit of Hollywood agenda up in it.
That's part of the Hollywood agenda.
You know, that's
that can help cease the Hollywood agenda.
Yeah, that show will cease it. But today's a topic. But today, man, is Hollywood agenda. You know, what is it all about? Is it one? Is it not one?
What do you mean when you say Hollywood agenda, my brother? Break it down for him.
Well, when I had put this on my list, man, you know, I just was like, man, I'm watching TV and I see the Jungle Fever just pushing out like it ain't never pushed out before, man.
Commercials and everything.
You know, and I ain't hating on if that's your preference, you know, because I got cousins, you know, I got brothers that do it. I mean, so if that's what you like, that's what you like. I'm just talking about the Hollywood agenda of the whole thing, you know, of them pushing something for your subconscious to go ahead and keep on grasping on, so you eventually be dissing your good melanated black sister, you know, and pushing on to the non-melanated sisters.
Now, a lot of people gonna be watching this, gonna be like, now why in the hell would Hollywood be wanting to push biracial relationships towards you? What would benefit them? What benefit would they gain from that? You know what I'm saying? So break that down a little bit on like why do you think that there's an agenda there on that one?
Well, if I needed my race to go on and I own all the the production companies to be able to put that message out, I'm gonna do that behind people's back. You know, it ain't like I'm the one that's standing out front on this commercial saying, "Hey, my people is dying. We ain't gonna be here this much longer." You know, so we got to mix these races to try to stretch it a little bit longer. You know, but that ain't even working.
Yeah, because they're gonna lose every time, man.
Whether
if you a black woman, black man, whoever you get with, gonna be black, and they made the rule.
So
Plessy versus Ferguson. They made the rule.
Overall, do y'all feel like that's part of the so-called war between black men and black women? I mean, you know, we've also said that before on like other shows as well. And we kind of said that there's an agenda, but today we talking about the agenda.
We putting it out to the forefront.
Putting it out to the forefront. So what do y'all feel, you know, as black men? How do y'all feel like the media twists the narrative or pushes a certain agenda to make you want to pursue something other than your own, or maybe want to cause a rift between the natural order of a black man and a black woman, you know what I'm saying, coinciding in a white man's world? How would y'all put that? Like, you know, how would you feel that you know, they going about doing that? Like, lay it all down for the people that don't understand the agenda. You feel me? Like, lay it down. Or how did you feel like they're infiltrating your mind and then making you think that?
I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, it's on car commercials. Man. You know, you see the commercial where there's a black dude or a white lady driving, or it's a family and it's the white man driving and the black lady on the passenger side and the kids in the back. And they always they be black kids. They don't be mixed kids. They be black kids. So it's like the black, like, oh, the white man, he gonna come and save you, baby girl. Yeah. He gonna be here to save you and take care of you and your kids. While Tyrone gone. You feel me? Like they gonna say it like that, you know. And that's based, that got that. And then the movies, like this new movie just came out with Lauren London. Agenda all over it, man. And then they gonna put a Jew there, because you know this whole thing. Jews always perfect. Let me say Jew. You know, I'm gonna say that too much, but yeah, you know, let's not talk about the Jews. I counsel you for telling the truth and shit.
Kanye.
Let me stop. Kanye. I'm not gonna touch that. I'm gonna leave that alone. But I'm just saying, they putting a light being, or lighter being, not a light being, we the light beings, but a lighter being in there to showcase that. And it's just like 50 years ago, you know, it was like an abomination for interracial.
Right.
Like, you know, just in Pop's time, it was an abomination to be that. You know what I'm saying?
Coming off of this topic, you know, just where my inspiration came from, because just like he's saying, shoot, this is the era that we came out from. This is where we learned from. Like, it had white and black areas. I mean, we couldn't integrate with each other. Now it's just like, now you pushing families together.
Want it to be there.
I mean, shit.
Overall, you would have all these people to say that we're trying to make the world better. But in the same instance, the only problem that I have with that is that you never really see the opposite of the agenda. Now, I would be in favor to be like, yeah, maybe there isn't an agenda if I did see stronger black families. Yeah. If I did see more inspirational cartoons coming out that showed, you know what I'm saying, positive black families with mom and dad in the house. I mean, hell, we just had the Rugrats be reanimated, and then the only family that had a broken home that I could see from the outside looking in was the black family. Now, goddamn it, if you're looking at all of this shit like that, man, you have to admit to yourself, what the fuck is the media pushing to where it's wrong to show a positive black family on the major network? Well, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
You woke up a little bit, you question.
I mean, but that's my counter argument for everything. Yeah. Is that it would be different if you was pushing that narrative. It'd be different if you were showing those positive black vibes like that, but you never seeing that.
The pushback they could say is that we don't own none of that shit. So
I mean, that's cool. That's cool, but you have to awake the masses and then bring the argument to the forefront, and then allow people the safe space to talk about this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, in the open. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're bringing it to the forefront. This is what people are noticing, especially here in little Boku ass little Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? So I know that they noticing that shit. You know what I'm saying? we know they noticing that shit in California or New York or whatever. So let's quit bullshit. Let's grab our nuts. Let's put them on the table. Let's talk about what the fuck we need to talk about, and why is the agenda being pushed for strong black families to not exist in the media. You know what I'm saying? What's the problem with that? What's the issue with that? You know what I'm saying? How come we can't coincide right along with interracial couples that you're trying to push? That's my only argument. You feel me? Why does everything that you push that, you know what I'm saying, has melanated beings being brought to the forefront, why does everything have to be broken? You know what I mean? That's the argument that I mean, you have to have an answer for that shit at the end of the day. And this is not just the only tactic that they use, you know what I'm saying, on a regular day-to-day basis. Yeah. Just like you saying that they're saying that, you know what I'm saying, that this is your savior. Yeah. They're giving you that shit for religious figures too. You feel me? It's like it's frowned upon for you to have anything that's melanated big, you know what I'm saying, as a religious standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
Power couple.
A higher power, anything, you know what I'm saying, is gonna get frowned upon. You know what I mean? Especially if it came from a melanated, you know what I'm saying, source.
And then but the thing is just anything that's bad. I mean, we had angel cake and devil food. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you can go all the way down. Anything that's dark is bad, is light is good. You know,
there you go.
White road when it's good, not black road when it's bad. All that, like, it just doesn't make any sense, and everything comes in black. You put all the crayons on the table, it's gonna end up being black.
Yeah, white the weddings. Death, you know what I'm saying? Black the funerals.
So
yeah, I feel you.
And it come back to the, you know, what Tupac said: we ain't meant to survive because it's a setup.
Yeah.
So it's a setup from the beginning.
And
so
if you'd have never been set up before, I mean, you just got to pay attention to life, period, and that's the journey we supposed to be on anyway. Paying attention to ourselves, you know, so we can question all this bullshit that's going on out here, man. You know
right?
What I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at like the Avatar movie, for instance, man. You got the Avatar movie, for instance, and it's like my kid showed me this the other day. You know what I'm saying? You got certain actors and they're like all white, and then you got the other actors and they're all black, and then you got this one white actor that's a part of the black group, but he's now leading the black group. I'm like, what the fuck is going on to where, you know what I'm saying, they showing you the blueprint. Yeah, man. They giving you the blueprint, but there cannot be any strong black males.
Well, you see that that kid had asked too, you know, why they wasn't making any black films, or whoever had made that Avatar movie, and he was like, look at Avatar.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's like, yeah, they blue.
It's still no representation. Like, why couldn't you put black people in there to play black people, like, or even build up to the Avatar movie?
I mean, but they did put black people to play black people in there. And what I'm saying is, even in the movie, you got a white actor that basically infiltrates the black people
and becomes the leader.
And becomes the leader of the group. It's the same shit. It's just like, man, why can there not be any?
We can't get away from it.
You can't get away from it. And it's like, man, if you call that shit out, you're a racist, quote unquote. I don't know how black people can be racist, but you're a racist, quote unquote. I mean, you built the infrastructure. I'm just calling it out, but I'm a racist. But it's like, that's just what it is. And I mean, somebody has to bring it to somebody's attention in order for us to discuss it, that we can squash this shit and then, you know what I'm saying, get over it.
But you know, it really, honestly, ain't really can't no squashing, like, because it's a space that you want to continually keep someone subservient in. So you don't want to squash. It's not a squash, and that's why it's gonna either come down to war or money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the only two options we got. We're going to have to be fit enough to actually go to war and take it, Or we're going to have to sit there and be like, you know what? Let's pull together and really use our money and resources and really eliminate. That's the only two options. We done already did marching and everything else. So it's nothing else to do but do that. And so we can get our woman's mind back right. We can get our minds back right. You know what I'm saying? To say, this is what we need to do to build our nation. It takes a family to build a nation.
Right.
You know? And
I think overall in this episode, what I was trying to do was I was trying to recognize the source, just like I recognize the source for all of these lame ass niggas that be boosting up these Instagram models' heads.
Don't get pop started.
You feel me? These lame ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? Boosting up these OnlyFans.
Too, man.
I feel like this is the source for this white supremacy shit. Is the people that don't notice it and the people that prolong the inevitable. And they try to keep this shit going. I mean, I'm sorry, but yes, there is an agenda, and you crazy out your rabbit ass mouth. You say there ain't one.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I wonder what people's rebuttal would say. I mean, if that's outside of us, that's looking at that on the other side.
I mean, you got some white people that'll come right out and they'll say it because they understand the propaganda machine. They understand the Elmer Fudd's. They understand the little Indian, you know what I'm saying? Especially making them white, and then they still trying to kill them even on the cartoon. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like the Tasmanian devil, and you done killed the entire family out there in Australia. The Tasmanian family, go look that up. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, was burying them with their heads being the only thing exposed at the sand and paying to see which soldier could kick the head off. Yeah. That's what the fuck you dealing with. And then they went and made a cartoon about it. So that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing, and that's what you're dealing with. And if you don't understand the propaganda machine, then history repeats itself. Period.
And the propaganda machine is part of the Hollywood agenda too. I mean, we just got to be clear on that.
Yeah, straight up.
Because propaganda is coming. You see how they just. I mean, if our eyes is open.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. All of this is part of the Hollywood agenda. I mean, it's just like the Grammys that they just had with all of that the sex scene shit. Yeah. They push the envelope more and more and more, and it's just whatever you allow is what they'll push.
Yeah.
So if you don't talk about it, you don't bring it to the forefront, the shit never gets discussed, and then the envelope gets pushed to the next level.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
So. That's what I say. It's just like the rap culture. We have to have a council in order to squash the shit before it gets released to our public. You feel me? We have to have some kind of council headstorming this shit. Like, man, look, we're not finna feed this shit to our people. And if we don't, then you're gonna have little 13-year-olds, little 12-year-olds twerking on tables like they doing now. Period. It's like there's gotta be some bar you gotta set.
So and then also another agenda is what about the LGBT? We got to touch that. That's an agenda that's going on in Hollywood too. And every time we know now you can't even have a show without it has to have some type of representation put in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like, and especially like, and then it's really bad when they're putting it to our children and the Disney and stuff, Yeah. I don't think we should push our children like that early. And like, I don't know if y'all seen a thing, Trump, Trump came out with a video. I don't know if y'all seen that, but he's come out talking about what he's going to do about this whole agenda thing and having kids taking off their private parts and all this. He's like, that's crazy.
Pop, have you heard about that?
We ain't having it. Yeah, y'all research that. Put that on this video.
Yeah, put that on the video.
When you load it up.
Where you see that at?
Pull it up. Yeah, it's like 2 minutes or something, and he's speaking on it. Yeah. Yeah, he going in, man. He's just like, yo, if I'm the president, we're gonna get rid of this.
So now we gotta deal with the Trump machine again, huh?
Men and women saying, you calling a little boy, stuff like that. He was going in, bro. I was like, whoa, Trump not playing with him. Wow. But yeah, man, he just did it like a couple weeks ago, at the end of January or something like that.
Wow.
Saying he running for president again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just remembering what it was like whenever he was running for president, man. You had out here in Oklahoma, you had the motherfucking Trump trains going through. They had all these redneck motherfuckers riding around with these high ass goddamn pickup trucks with their big ass flags in the back, riding through Target, riding through Walmart, talking shit, cutting you off in traffic. Yeah, man. I'm not looking forward to that no more. Man. That's gonna be some bullshit for real. Yeah, but
oh man.
Yeah, overall, I feel like there most definitely is an agenda, and sex is most definitely one of them. They like pushing the shit out of this sex agenda, especially to the kids. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand that shit whatsoever, especially whenever you gotta like monitor what's on your YouTube channels. You know what I'm saying? Because they sneaking the shit in as YouTube cartoons now too. It's just, man, it's overwhelming.
Just a couple of minutes
with how much shit is out there, and then how much shit is being shoved down our babies' throats, man. It's wild. What you doing? You looking for the commercial?
Yeah, I'm looking for it. So
yeah, that's some wild shit right there, man.
Like that.
Yeah, that shit was wild, man. I did see. I was like, all right, well, I mean, he pushing the same ploy. They always, trying to play on our sympathy, because we want to sympathize to that change, something that sounds good to it, but it ain't really nothing that's happening like directly for us, though.
Right. I mean, well, man, every time I hear something like that, shit is just more of you trying to infiltrate ways to try to strip my damn freedoms away. you say you attacking this one particular group of people, but you're really coming for me. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's exactly who you're speaking to.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking to. I mean, shit.
Because it resonates with us. Them other folks is gonna be like, come on now, why we gotta do that?
Right.
Yeah,
but y'all put that as distractions of Hollywood.
I mean, to me, it's still a part of the agenda.
It's still part of the agenda.
It's still part of the agenda. If it's distractions, it's still a part of the agenda of distracting people from what really fucking matters. You know what I mean? Or want to get you fixated on. I mean, hell, to me, the Hollywood agenda is whenever these police brutality cases come out, some you hear about, some you don't. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And at the same time, it's like they pick and choose on what they want you to get mad about.
Yeah. And around election time anyway, they going to start pushing all this stuff to try to get us on the train.
There you go. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's shit that goes on a day-to-day basis that we don't hear about. Mm-hmm. And shit that never gets brought to the light of day. Yeah. But at the same damn time, it's like you hear about the cases that they want you to get mad about.
Mm-hmm. They sure gonna put that out there, That's why I say it's part of their agenda.
It's part of the agenda.
Come on with it. What you got to say now?
Well, because of us as the people knowing it's a distraction and agenda, what do we do about it?
I mean, I think that's.
Choose to keep being distracted.
No, it's you do wake up. You like us knowing it's an agenda or a distraction. We gonna wake ourselves up, and we trying to wake the people up around us. But you can only do that for so much. Like, people ain't ready to accept that things is being pushed that way, or even put that in their brain that things could be doing that. It's just the lifestyle that we been accustomed to. You get used to doing that, and that's all where your comfort zone, your freedom is, and that's where you feel like your freedom is, because you get to do what you want in that, and not really paying attention to what's really going on.
So black man, how we change that though? How we gonna change that?
We had already tried to put it out there. I mean, we was gonna do it before this show. That's what we were saying about putting that code out there. Mm-hmm. We definitely need that code, and we can only come up with our side of a code.
Yeah. Yeah, and to be honest with you, I think that'd be like a whole show. I honestly think that a code that's so transparent that it don't matter what race or creed is looking at it, as long as black people are on code, will never fail. You see what I'm saying? As long as you own code, you'll never go back to where we came before. You feel me?
And that'll be your new, just like I'm saying, us growing up and we getting into this what you call it, that man, I can't even think of the word, but it's shit, you're doing the same thing over and over again. You're getting comfortable doing that, you know what I'm saying?
Your routine.
Yeah, your routine. So if we give them a new routine, you know what I'm saying? That's what the code is, and then you basically just running this new routine off, and that's your new freedom.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta be ready to see it that way too.
Yeah, I mean, and like I say, the code is just so transparent that you can say it in front of other people, and you know what I'm saying, they might know the code, but to a black man, to a black woman, it should be something special. It's something that you should hold near and dear, and then something that you should want to keep on point. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that you honoring the code. You feel me? And doing your part to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, we're doing the best we can do to get us to the next level. And the next step. What's this?
This is video I was talking about. Check this out. Check him out, man. He finna.
Making 6 figures a year to a kingdom builder making 6 figures a month. Better question is,
the left-wing gender insanity being pushed on our children is an act of child abuse. Very simple. Here's my plan to stop the chemical, physical, and emotional mutilation of our youth. On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous. A process that includes giving kids puberty blockers, mutating their physical appearance, and ultimately performing surgery on minor children. Can you believe this? I will sign a new executive order instructing every federal agency to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age. I will then ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for these procedures and pass a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. It'll go very quickly. I will declare that any hospital or healthcare provider that participates in the chemical or physical mutilation of minor youth will no longer meet federal health and safety standards for Medicaid and Medicare and will be terminated.
Pop, can you get this blown up
immediately? Furthermore, I will support
on the screen or whatever
the creation of a private right of action for victims to sue
Man, I personally ain't really I ain't looking forward to another Trump era. Just me myself.
Right. Me personally,
I ain't looking
take
forward.
advice from somebody who started off his agenda from the beginning in distraction was racial.
Yeah, man, the whole Trump era was.
What I'm trying to say though is what's the deal with what black people got so bad against the racism stuff?
With Trump?
I mean, because every one of them racist.
I mean,
every president we had is racist, bro.
It's just like on the political field. That's one thing. It's the thing that happens whenever he's in power. On the other end that I'm dealing with.
Okay.
You feel me?
In power. You hear me? On what end?
The other end of having to live in a Trump era.
I mean, but what he does is he opens it up for you to see. In my opinion, I'd rather see my enemy right on.
I mean, I'm gonna see it either way. I'm just saying.
Biden is a hidden enemy that everybody wanted there.
I feel like whenever Trump is in power, these white boys walk around here with their balls out. And don't give a motherfucker.
And that's why you knock them down. Because you the big melanated man that's supposed to be original, baby. That's what I'm trying to get you to see.
No. It ain't no trying to see nothing. I know who I am. I am who I am.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like these white folks get a little bit more riled up whenever Trump is in office.
Now I'm gonna tell you,
and that's, to me, that's not a beneficial standpoint for me to want to go vote for a motherfucker like that.
Let me tell you something. What I heard the other day.
That's like voting for slave masters. I ain't gonna vote for the motherfucker that's gonna be the obvious slave master. This motherfucker over here, you feel me, is like you gonna have to work in somebody's favor. You feel me?
Side, it was great.
And I've never had any problems with the political field. What I've always said is that you need to raise your own candidate. Yeah. That's what we was trying to do with Stephen.
We tried, man.
You feel me?
You see what
that's what we was trying to do with Stephen. I always say you need to start from the small point and then you need to raise your own candidate. Yeah. Now, if we had somebody that was from the hood and it was actually black people that was backing him and we was putting our own money into him, like if Killer Mike was running for goddamn president and it was our money to put him into the presidential seat, and he was really out here dictating, and he was securing
he needs security.
I would be a certified Democrat in this motherfucker. Yeah, I would be through and through like fuck a Trump. You feel me? Yeah, it is the vote of the two slave masters. But I'm not gonna vote for a motherfucker that's gonna be obviously the slave masters gonna want to nigga bring slavery back, and you know this shit is gonna happen.
Yeah, but he bringing it back right there in your face. The other one's just gonna be quiet with it though.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. But you got one that's tap dancing around your ideologies and tap dancing around your votes to get you to give you him this power. You feel me? Mm-hmm. If you still gotta put the motherfucker in office, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, he still got to abide by your rules, right?
Well, not us, because we all know who control that anyway. I mean,
correct. But what I'm saying is, what sense would it make to go out there and go vote for a Trump?
The agenda to be pushed out there because that's
Trump ain't gonna never come out and then say that he supports black people. Period. No.
He has already done it though.
No, he ain't never came
said
out and said
Americans built this country. That's what he said.
No, but he ain't never came out and he ain't never talked down on his white boys.
Yeah, said how they.
He ain't never talked down on his white boys
because they don't have the same code like other.
No, they got a code.
Yeah, well they got a code. That's what I'm saying. We don't have one. See, we just let ours out. We need to have the same code. Just like the cops, they got the best not stitch and snow campaign ever. But that's better than people in the street and everything.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. My code is never gonna consist with putting a known motherfucking racist that's gonna put other known racists.
That's what I'm saying though. They all are racist though.
No. They all are known racists.
All are.
Yeah, they all.
And I have to beg to argue because, like I'm saying, when it comes to a Biden versus Trump, right? We got a guy who put policy in for racism. Like, your uncles and everybody locked up because of the policies that this man made, bro. And he's still making these policies. What policy did Trump come up with to do that?
I'm not saying that I would
other than running his mouth and talking.
I'm not. Don't listen to me, DJ. Listen to me, DJ, because you putting words in my mouth now.
I'm not. I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is that it makes no sense. Mm-hmm. You got Trump coming for what 2024?
Yeah.
It makes no logical sense to put Trump back in power again. This motherfucker was a loose cannon the first time. I'm telling you, there was white boys riding up and down the goddamn street in downtown Oklahoma City. Was you here during election season in Oklahoma City? Okay, bro. Some of them Trump trains is for real, nigga. These motherfuckers is walking in the stores with their goddamn pistols on their hip.
So what we scared of? We men too.
Bro, I keep my 9 on me. I keep my 9 on me.
So bring it on.
But listen to me. Let me talk, bro. Let me talk. Let me get this out. How many other black people do you know that's riding around like that?
We not, but I'm saying they got to get you up on to start doing it because you should.
But that's what I'm saying. How many other black people do you know that's ready for war right now?
We out here gangster as hell, but we ain't gangster when it come to the other shit. That don't make no sense. You will kill an op that look like you, but you can't kill an op that look like somebody else. Stop being afraid. What's up with the fear, man?
There is no fear. Didn't I just tell you that I ride around everywhere with my 9?
Yeah, but we're talking about as a collective. How can we get this fear out of as a collective?
As a collective, how many black people do you know that's hitting the gym 3 times a week?
It ain't many. That's what I'm saying. But this is what I'm talking about, starting to get that way. So we on this agenda zone. How can we fix the agenda? We got certain things we need to do.
No.
Which will go with that show you talking about.
No.
When we get that going.
It ain't no agenda that needs to be met whenever Trump gets in office. The agenda needs to be getting done right now while Biden's in office.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Why you got white boys that are timid about walking around with their guns on their holsters? Mm-hmm. We got it flipped, bro. Why would we want to go put Trump in error in order for us to go get our shit together when we should be getting our shit together right now? It don't make no sense. Yeah. That's what I'm telling you is that this is on the horizon. This is over here is what's happening. You got Trump trains that's going on in Oklahoma City. You got motherfuckers that's getting their guns pulled on them because Trump is back in era. And they can feel like they can do that shit because it's a better time for them to be able to get off on some shit like that. Why would you wait for the Wild Wild West in order for us black people to get our shit together? What I'm saying is that we don't have our resources together like that at all. How many gun clubs do we own in Oklahoma City right now? That's black owned.
Well, bro, has it always been the Wild Wild West on black people? Since the crack era. It ain't changed. Not one president has changed any of that. You got every president, even including Obama. We probably had more black deaths when Obama was in office. And he the one that instituted the whole LGBT thing.
I think that was a demonstration. Me myself.
He got the whole LGBT movement going. I talk about that all the time. How you could say fag before Obama came to office. Yeah. When we was in high school, we could say it freely. It wasn't no problem.
Right.
Obama come, you can't say fag no more? Why?
Right.
They equated that word to the word nigga. Are you serious?
I mean, but
you're relating your struggle to black people.
But they also did that with the Asians, and then the Asians got compensated.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, when we gonna get our just due? When we gonna stand up and get our just due? And it don't matter who the president is. And that's what Ice Cube and was trying to tell y'all. It don't matter who the president is. I'm gonna go straight to the head and talk to him.
But what
Let's
I'm
get
saying,
it going. I don't care who the president is, because the Democrats ain't did nothing for us either.
Okay, well that's where I'm at.
Ain't none of them did nothing for us.
I'm not saying to go fly.
So I don't care if Trump president, whoever. I need to do what I got to do as a black man to raise my family and what we got to do in this country. Period.
I'm not saying float to the Democrats. I'm not saying float to the Republicans. I'm saying that if you're gonna be talking about black people getting their shit together, it needs to be during the Democratic era.
I don't think so. Because it's always a setup with the Democrats, though.
Pop, how do you feel? What's your 2 cents? Coming from the 60s, how do you feel?
Daryl's talking about is insanity. What you're talking about is insanity. I understand you, respect you. What you're talking about is insanity.
So insanity meaning what? Meaning what?
Republicans right now, this group of Republicans, they straight up the claim. And if that's what you're going to allow to run the government, bro, you might as well just get ready for slavery. And it ain't gonna matter how many guns.
They got an anti-woke law in Florida.
The man is they getting rid of Black history.
You heard me? They have an anti-woke law
Trump
in Florida.
When he was elected,
Wake me up.
He could have buried the Democratic Party. He could have buried it. All he had to do was just act sensible. But the man put the Klan in government in every position. Every one of them dudes that he put in power in his departments was straight up the claim. And if you're okay with that,
I'm just saying, but doesn't that happen anyway?
No,
y'all?
it doesn't happen.
We've had politicians, governors, been in the Klan openly.
Not on the other side of the party. No, bro, you can't say that. You can't even come close to saying that. Because a lot of these Democratic states that's having all the high crime is because they eased up on people. In the other states, the Republican states, they still have high crime, but they busting heads. So you really can't say that. You can look at Jacksonville, where they can't even get clean water. You know, and they got all Republicans. You know, you're saying all that stuff, and they can't even get fucking clean water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is insanity, bro. And I'm sorry, and I'm not even a big Democrat.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's me and we can agree to disagree. That's fine.
All the Biden stuff, but man, no, this group of Republicans, nah, bro, they straight up the Klan, and they told you that they the Klan. Every time they do their little white symbol, and that don't mean include. That don't mean white power. That means white supremacy. That means us on top, no matter what. And so if that's what people are gonna go for.
But see, I'm not saying go for, like Luke just said, I'm not saying go for neither one. I'm just saying, regardless of who is in power, because we ain't gonna control that. So regardless of who's in power, what are we gonna do? Period.
You're gonna take the path of least resistance. That's what you.
But why do we continue to take the path of least resistance?
You're so set on it. Why are you against it?
I'm not against what?
Against the Democrat.
I'm not against.
I hear this speech a lot. I see it a lot on Twitter, and I'm curious. Why is it always aimed at the Democrats and never at the Republicans, even though the Republicans?
I think I know why.
Are going. We don't even want you to teach your history.
I think I know why.
They've included all of your stuff. Only problem I have with the gay agenda is that some kind of way it's become mixed in with the black agenda. I don't understand that. Why is that? I don't understand.
That's part of the Hollywood agenda.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But I don't understand that part. I don't understand why. But anything I ain't got to do with the gay agenda, because gay people are every race. And,
exactly. And they can switch their code whenever they're ready.
They can switch their code anytime they want to. So. Why is that? I don't understand. But what I don't understand is the black people that say, yeah, them fucking Democrats. It's never at the Republicans. It's always the Democrats. It's always Joe Biden. Joe Biden passed a bill in '94 that black people asked him to pass. And I was alive and living it when black people went down there and said, man, this shit is crazy. I had to leave the East Side. With my children and my wife, I had to leave the East Side and move to Midwest City because I had a young black man park his car across my driveway. A young black man, not no white man, not the Klan. A young black man parked his car across my driveway, and I went up and knocked on his door politely. Hey man, can you come let me in my driveway? He told me, man, I'll fuck you up and your family. I'll kill everybody over there. It was time for me to go, bro. Because that meant, at that moment, it's either go get a gun, come back and start shooting people in this house, or he's going to kill me and my kids. That ain't got shit to do with. That's why black people marched up to motherfucking Joe Biden. That shit with New Jack City, that shit actually happened. When niggas took over a whole fucking apartment building. That shit really happened. And it was a whole bunch of black people that was like, what the fuck is going on? And niggas was like, I'll kill you if you don't do what the fuck I say. And matter of fact, did kill him. And that's why you got the 94 crime bill. Yeah, Joe Biden was the thing, but he wasn't fucking president. He wasn't all of fucking Congress. And it was a whole bunch of black people that marched up there and said, man, y'all got to do something about this shit. This shit's out of hand. So when y'all get mad at Joe Biden, it's some other motherfuckers to get mad at.
Yeah, and I think it's all the way around. Yeah, but that's just the example that I use. But I think it's all the way around. Like I said, you cannot trust either side. Why do we only have two parties?
Yeah.
You can't trust either side.
That's
and
true.
every time you go, you're going for the lesser of two evils. So it's not about choosing Republicans or Trump. It's like, I'm going to pick this example out of them, and then let me pick an example out of them too.
But I never heard,
you know what I'm saying?
And then think about it.
I never heard the other example.
But that's the reason why you got a Republican that openly hates your ass to speak in your language. They know this. You feel me?
Okay.
They know this. They doing the exact same thing that they want you to do, bro.
Hey man, the only language I'm speaking is the freedom of and sovereignty of black people. That's the only language I'm speaking, sir.
I don't
care. Like I said again, I don't care who president, but I think the freedom and sovereignty of black people is what's gonna help move us ahead, and that's the only thing.
Yeah, and I feel like
nothing else.
I feel like the code should have nothing to do with political parties. It should be some shit to where it doesn't matter. Party. It doesn't matter what side that you're on. It's for the benefit of black people. You feel me?
Because I'll tell you, the only thing I agree with Trump on is the border. They should close the border up. They shouldn't let all them people to come across. But other than that, everything else he do is straight up cleanse. And he didn't have to do that. He could have been just a normal motherfucking dude. And he would have buried the fucking Democrat Party because he said, what do you got to lose? They ain't did shit for you.
Right.
And what did he do? He put the fucking Klan in power. Every one of them is straight up the Klan. Ain't none of them for black people.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Pause, Liz, though. Like, okay, so, and we know, you got the Klan, right? You got the Klan. We know that they hate us, right?
Right.
Rather than that person, that white folks that work right next to you hanging out with you, hey, buddy, and then the next thing you know, he done stabbed you in the back.
But
man.
you keep saying that.
That's what I'm saying. That's the difference between.
What's the Klan about?
But that's the difference. At least I know my enemy. I would rather know my enemy.
To me, all due respect.
But I'm out of the whole thing because I won't. But I really don't try to speak to it. But at the same time, that's all I'm saying. I'd rather know my enemy than have my enemy hug and be talking about, hey, we all good when they know they stabbed me in the back.
I'm not saying to trust either one of them.
And exactly, that's the whole point. Don't trust either one. Because we know we got the Klan. They hate me for sure.
I'm seriously not saying to trust one.
I'm just saying that's all I'm saying. Rather than having the stab in the back.
But I just know what time it is.
At least I know he's trying to shoot me from the front.
I just know what time it is for the Republican Party, especially if Trump was to get in office this year or next year. You feel me? It's go time. I ain't got shit to lose. If this is another 4 years where I'm in power, everything's on the table.
So what do you?
And we got to turn this shit up to volume 2.
So what does that entail in your mind?
In my mind, I mean, it should have been done a long time ago. I mean, whenever Hillary Clinton was talking about being president, it should have been some black thoughts going around that we need to be on top of our tier, and that ceased to happen yet. What is it going to take for black people to understand that you've been in war with this country since the beginning of time?
Yep.
What is it going to take for you to realize that they've infiltrated everything from your education to your food source? What is it going to take for you to realize that they're going to take everything from you until you build up and then create your own?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There is only two political parties. That's for a reason. I mean, if it's from the same body, the left and the right hand, then what choice does it make?
Exactly. So where's the third one? That's what we need to do.
So that's what I'm saying.
So
while black people are collectively voting on one party, that one party needs to be kissing your ass. And giving to other groups before they give to you is not kissing your ass. That's the one. That's the one part. That's the one part that we have screwed up on rurally. Is not demanding that we get what our vote paid for.
And so that's why I'm asking why so many people
mad
at a man going to go holler at the president.
But there is no fear. I just know that I'm a lone wolf out here.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when and I get that too. Yeah, but you know when like when the football player, what's his name, went up there to Trump and Ice Cube and all that, everybody getting upset. Like, bro, that's the president of the United States, regardless of who it is. Let's go holler at him.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Because you have to.
That's crazy.
You have to have that ideology that I'm gonna go holler at the president of the United States of America to get this change. Because if you don't, then nobody's gonna ever have those cojones to go up there and go make that shit happen.
Yeah,
somebody has to be the big man and then go up there and go make that change happen live in front of everybody. We got to have this discussion. You got to be uncomfortable and have that discussion. That's just part of the whole deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like it needs to be outside of the political realms. Yeah. But yeah, we most definitely need to be on some shit to where we come together and then we build our own shit up.
Yeah, because a lot of us don't operate in the political realm. You know, we still out here just knowing, you know, left, right, you know, and that's what we know. So
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. But the Tulsa riots, 1921, Black Wall Street, should especially for Black Oklahomans, we should always be on top of our shit.
Oh yeah, you know, we down south, we're a old carrying state anyway, so.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's part of the being on top of your shit, but the woke part is what I want to know too about the Atlanta, what you said. But I'm addressing that just to say that you definitely want to be woke in these situations out here, man. And I mean, like, just when I say woke, I'm talking about, man, ask questions to yourself, ask questions about what's going on, you know, and just know that it's definitely another side whenever somebody is in control of the one side that's already been pushed out.
Got you. Now how many gun clubs they got down there in Texas, man? Have you been looking?
Nope, but I know they got plenty. I'm pretty sure, you know.
Because I know Texas ain't bullshitting.
The Wild West show, gun shows every other week now.
Yeah, because I know they got their shit together in Texas, and I know they big time about they
having their
guns, being on patrol.
They making sure they got some of them good old.
So I say all of this to say this. I say all of that to say this. Is there any brothers that can come and organize some shit like that here? Because I don't know nobody putting together nothing like that here, man.
I know there's plenty of black men. Like when I go network and go out and stuff like that, especially in Dallas, bro, got setups. Come over here, learn how to shoot. It's a whole lot of people doing that down there in Texas. I don't know how it is here, but in Dallas, yeah, man, I done met plenty of people.
It's just a big area, bro.
$60 come learn how to shoot.
Yeah, it's just a big gun.
I got a gun for you to show you. You know,
right.
So yeah, that has to be, and we need to be that need to be a date night. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
You take your date out. Hey, baby, look, we going to go shoot today.
Yeah, that's
we gonna learn.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying. So when you get in these predicaments and what it is, because and that's what I say. And collectively as black people, I know we. As black Americans, or using the word black get you in trouble with cops and stuff like that. So they put on the radio, got a black male. It's already going down because you ain't got no help.
So what would you? what would I mean? Just as a black man, what would you like to see though? What would you like to see as far as the progression of the black Americans protecting each other? Like what did you have in mind whenever you was thinking why are we so fearful? You know what I'm saying? What do you see that, you know what I'm saying, I guess I would say other races is doing that we ain't doing, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you know we some head busters. Everybody know that. Everybody know not to fuck with no black Americans. You can get
they know not to fuck with them, but they don't at the same time.
But it's like they legally know how to fuck with us.
Exactly. And that's what the fear comes from.
Right.
Is who it is. They picking their targets because they know they ain't doing none of that around.
But see, and that's where the fear comes from black men and that's what I'm saying. The system has to be some sovereignty in figuring out that sovereignty because that's what the black man is afraid of. Black man is strong as hell. We know what it is, but the black man is scared of the system. So how we gonna break this system in order to not be scared no more? Because we got hardening in the street, like they was talking about with Mike Brown grabbing that officer gun. We know the hardest nigga in the hood ain't about to grab no officer gun.
That's real shit.
Because we look at that as the authority.
Right.
So when we got to start looking and saying, okay, these people are in this space, but we know they're not acting right. They know they're not treating us right. And like I said, I ain't never been in handcuffs, never had no trouble, nothing like that. And I still get harassed, just like a nigga that sell drugs.
Just because you're a black
Just because
man.
I'm a black man. And it don't matter what color. And like, that's why I say even with the melanated people in this country, Africans coming over, anybody, Caribbean, whatever, like they don't know what you is when you step out that car.
Nah.
We all look the same. You from Honduras or whatever. They don't know nothing until you start speaking.
That's real shit. Yeah.
And so we all these people coming and there's no collective. So we as African Americans, Black Americans, whatever we call ourselves, need to come together and start using some of these models that have already been out and showed us what it is, like Dr. Claude Anderson, things like that, building things from the ground floor, bringing it with economics. Because if we, like you said, if we're not going to fight, we're going to have to do it with economics because that's all this country cares about.
Now you know that's the only reason why I ever jumped into business.
Yeah.
Remember I told you, I was telling you, the whole reason why I started my business because I thought that that's the best way to fight white supremacy.
Yes.
It's through economics. If you control your dollar, if you control your people controlling their dollar, that's how you beat the big white machine.
And we got to get a hold of that media. We got to get our media for real.
But I guess
serious
what I'm trying
about
to say,
because
we ain't got much time left. But
I
guess what I'm trying to say is how do we make this shit happen, bros?
Man,
like that's the real $1 million question. Like we know that they got propaganda being fed to our children. We know that we got sex being pushed down to our kindergartners. We know that, these religious images are just whitewashed in order to get you believing that there's no saviors coming, to look like you or you're not capable of saving yourself. We know this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We know that there's political games being played on both sides of the field. You know what I'm saying? And both of them is leading to a slaughterhouse. We understand that. But what the fuck do we do about it? And how do we go about doing something about it? Where's the meeting ground? You feel me? Where do we break? Where do we throw that dollar in the sand? Collectively as a group. How is it possible? Because they got you through social media. They got you while you at your job.
Get away from that. Get away from.
They got you. They got you while you at your education.
Create all three of them. What you saying is the opposite. We got to create that for ourselves.
It's the only way.
That's the only way. Just like he was gonna say, with the media, we gotta have all that ourselves. That's the only way we're gonna get out from up under somebody else's thumb.
And we got enough money to do it, man. That's the crazy thing.
And like
we have the money.
You were saying it before.
So what is it gonna take? A celebrity to finally come out?
Well, they can definitely on stage.
Try to take the head steam and do it.
But see, Farrakhan been really on it for years. If you think about it, he been talking about it. But when you got the collective of, that ain't my religion, so whatever. And I got to attest. I used to be that way as a Christian. I was like, hey, I don't want to hear nothing Farrakhan got to say.
Yeah,
I don't care what Malcolm X got to say.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When I was talking about I love Jesus, I didn't care nothing about what none of they had to say, just because they was Muslim.
Right.
So I'm glad to be in a wake up space where I can thinking like, I don't care what they are. There's a black man he talking. I can get something out of that.
There's other black people to do that now too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right now, just like Christians and I ain't fuck with no Muslim.
Yeah.
You know what
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I was that guy. I'm telling you. Bro, Malcolm X, man, hell no. I don't hear nothing about no Malcolm X. Yeah. He don't say nothing about Jesus. I don't care nothing about Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, but most of them, growing up in the church, that's how I was thinking, man. Until I got some wake up. And it was like, wow, bro. And then another thing that people aren't realizing is that like taking the context of the person, take the person out and just listen to what they saying, man.
To the content.
It's so much, the content is what you're supposed to be getting from that person, not judging their life and all of that. Like you don't even know them. You don't even know why they might have said the thing the way they said it.
Yeah, we all got our own opinions about this stuff.
I try to explain that to people all the time. Like somebody could be talking about you on TV online, and you got your opinions, and they can talk about you. You like, man, that ain't for real.
Yeah. But that's the whole part of us being ourselves and stuff too, to have your own opinion. But I do got one more way today that we can come up out of this.
What's up?
Stay tuned to the Durka podcast. We're gonna always bring you some good shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Subscribers up, man. We need 9 more, man, and we on there, man.
Hey,
so we go live over
before
there.
we go to D, how can they hit you up, man? Especially if they want some of your services. Like how can they get to like look at some of your portfolio, your work? You know what I'm saying? Because he did my logo, y'all. Yeah. So y'all go to that Computers Coffee and Chill. That's linked up with the Durka podcast. He did my logo. Yeah. We most definitely probably need to holler at him about the Durka podcast logo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I've been very talented throughout my life and been able to be blessed to do a lot of things. With my talents and been able to use them to make money. So
he can draw his ass off.
I can draw, paint, I do graphic design, and I do web design.
Yes, sir.
So, just hit me up at DHRtDesign86 on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, all of those. Then I even do a little video here and there. So, I do some things like that, help with that, do some cutting and editing. So I've been working on a lot of different stuff, growing the biz, man. And so got to be able to do a lot of things when you're running things for yourself, man. So do a little bit of that, but yeah, everything as far as anything you need to find me on is at DHRtDesign86, DurrellHiller.com, DHRtDesign.net.
There you go.
I have, you just go to find me, Durrell Hiller. You'll see all of those things. I got them listed usually on anything that I have personally, LinkedIn, whatever. You can find me. I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna network and we're gonna talk. And get everybody's business raised and get my brother subscribed over here. Come on, Dallas, Texas. Let's get these brothers up. Let's go.
And is your Facebook page the same? Like your Facebook, Instagram, and everything the same thing too?
Yeah. So, on my page, you can find my page at DHRtDesign86. Yeah, on my business page. And like I say, under my name too. If you go to find me, see my face here, find me. You'll be able to find all those pages too. So
that's it, buddy.
Shit, man. Sound like we need them on the Durka podcast more, man. Cause
I'm coming back.
Hey, we coming back for that code.
You come back for that code.
We got that code up.
All right. Got to talk about that.
Yeah, no. When we come back for that code, Big O, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a list of our top 10 and why. Is it our top 10? I think that should be like an imperative ass show because it allows us time to go deep and in depth and figure out why in the hell we made that our top 10 and how that'll impact the rest of, Black America.
That's gonna be a strong.
That's gonna be a strong, right deep ass show right there, man.
What, Pop?
What? Just looking at some of y'all's Hollywood stuff.
Oh, okay.
What Hollywood stuff you looking at?
Some dude named Fletcher Cox, man. Look like he got on a dress, bro.
That's the Hollywood shit, man.
Agenda 2, we didn't even get on that.
Hollywood.
We're gonna let him live on that, boy. I mean,
yeah.
Tyler Perry did say he put on a dress so he can make money for his people, man. Is that right or is that wrong still?
I mean, no, hell no, it ain't for making money for his people.
That's what he said.
Yeah, how much money? Okay, all right. I don't know about his personal contributions because he might be donating here and there. I understand that.
Only
bullshit.
thing is that we be tripping off is that we don't really see none of that contributions around.
Yeah, whatever.
What I'm saying?
I just know that what you're doing on the grand scale ain't beneficial for the Black Americans at all. Yeah. You feel me?
But we ain't hating on you, man. I mean, shit.
Yeah, I'm glad you're successful. I'm glad you're bringing other Black people to the forefront.
Yeah, that's what we
that's what's up.
Hopefully
they ain't got to wear no dress.
Because I did see they did a new casting call too, man. So he definitely trying to bring new motherfuckers on. So
I guess
you want that big money, you gonna have to wear that dress.
You have to wear that.
Basically,
Corey Huck will talk about it every week. Every week he talk about it. So you're gonna be worried. You're gonna have to do something for that money.
You have to get the panda eyes, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
so
that's a different topic too.
So panda eyes.
Panda eyes. Yeah, go Google it.
Lord, you can get
pretty fucked up.
Some whole woke conversations over here, boy.
Yeah, man. There's some pretty Hollywood shit. They said my man Blueface had the panda eyes. It's probably why Krishan, you know what I'm saying, still got his dick in the jar somewhere.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. Say got them panda eyes, man.
Them panda eyes.
He said.
Shit, I don't know.
He said it, y'all.
Yeah, man. I gotta see what this dude talking about, man.
Man, y'all don't look it up on your phone just like that. You gonna have
they gonna be on your ass.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go secret tip top.
You gotta go to
Get you a burner.
Go to somebody else's house and look it up.
Yeah, look up all that other shit. That's some conspiracy shit for your ass, boy. I don't really got no conspiracy because you know that's some Hollywood shit they really doing out here. But yeah, man, there's a lot of people that I guess is having to go through that ritual to get on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I ain't there. I don't plan on being there.
Nah,
Cut me the check. That's all I fucking want. We're gonna
all
keep
independent over
keep
here.
it all independent. I don't want your goddamn money. You can keep it.
Yeah, man.
The higher you go up, the more you gonna see.
We're gonna try to sponsor ourselves on this.
They said, hell nah.
No glizzies for me, B.
Nah, man.
2 million in the face? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
That ain't enough, man. Once you spend,
No glizzies for me, B.
once you spend $1, it ain't $2 million no more.
Yeah. No glizzies for me.
Gonna get the
With my luck, they've been cutting my check and then the dollar drop.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But y'all know what it is, man. Go ahead and hit up that Durka podcast, all cash, man. YouTube, man.
YouTube, man.
Go click subscribe, man. Let's get us to the goddamn 50 subscribers,
We need
man.
9 more to set this goal, y'all. Come on,
Hey, man, y'all ain't got nothing to worry about. Y'all gonna get this after this show for sure.
Rich.
Push that
Rich.
on there, man.
We ain't even going. I'm gonna show this out to everybody. Like, check me out on the podcast.
Yeah, man.
Got to get subscribed. Need to hit subscribe. Everybody that watches. So yeah,
Already.
we should have this done by Tuesday.
Steady growing show. Steady trying to keep growing, man. So,
But let me go ahead and let me record this last one. Shit, man. I'm Trey.
yeah.
DJ Hillard.
It's your boy Dirty, and y'all know as always Durka podcast, and we is out.
Oh.
Do my count for me.